Hello friends, welcome to my gardening channel growing containers. So if you have succulents and you don't know how to grow them and how to care for them, then this video is for you. So watch this till end. Hope so this will help you out to grow your succulent more faster in a better way. So if you are growing succulents, then you know how to analyze them because they will show signs. Like for example, if they are getting too much water, then first sign will be their bottom leaves start to get mushy and soft. Let me give you an example. For example, wait, like for example this one, it is soft and you can feel it is not hard, color is yellowish and it is like this. So if your succulent show bottom signs like this one, then that means you are giving too much water to your succulent. So you have to stop watering and wait until the complete soil will dry out and then do the next watering. Always water in a proper way. For example, if you are watering when soil dry, then water it like that, it will drain out from the bottom of the hole. So water must drain out from the bottom of the pot, and do not like spray the water if your succulent is thirsty. If you spray the water if your succulent thirsty, then what will happen? It will start to dry out their bottom leaves. They are like, for example, let me show you another example, like this one. You can see bottom leaves are drying out. So if this sign shows, then that means you are giving less water to your succulent and your upper leaves are a little bit soft as well. You can see it is soft. It is getting soft because it is not getting enough water. So they are in full sun right now. That's why soil dry every day and they are getting lack of water. So this is the second tip, that if underwatering, this is the underwatering sign and first one is the overwatering sign. These two signs are very important. You have to analyze your plant, otherwise they will die as soon as you neglect them. Mostly the major amount of succulent die in summer instead of winter, because in winter there is a less chance of fungal attack, so they will survive somehow. Even though if you have well draining soil and you are overwatering it, they start to make ourselves survive. So but the small plants won't survive for a longer period of time, but bigger plant can survive a little bit. So always make sure. So third tip is that you have to use a very well drained soil and soft soil that have some air circulation as well. So I am using peat moss this time. Here you can see this is peat moss. So this is the fresh peat moss. So there is a, you can say, let me show you an example. So if peat moss is fresh, then it won't soak water as much as the older peat moss that is decomposed. So if you are going to plant in a new peat moss, then always moist it first and then water it until it has some moisture in it, because if you dry out peat moss completely, then it won't, from next watering it won't absorb water. This is the, you can say, disadvantage of peat moss. It won't suck water if it is completely dry out. That's why you always have to keep it little bit moisture in it, so on next watering your plant can absorb it through peat moss. So if your peat moss is completely dried out, then there is only one way you can water it. You have to put it in a bucket with like this amount of water and place the pot there. So near about for, you can say, 30 to 40 minutes, because peat moss slowly absorb water. But if your peat moss is old and it is already decomposed and turned black, then it will absorb. Even though if you can say it is completely dried out, then it will absorb water, because these, you can say, substances are decomposed and they hold water more easily. Let me show you how it looks like. So this is how the old peat moss look like. It turned black and it hold too much moisture, so you have to very careful. Do not overwater your succulent if you are growing this in peat moss and your peat moss is getting old day by day. So it looks like this. So why I am suggesting peat moss, even though most people hate this because of this property that it won't suck water when it completely tired, because we have very hot weather in summer. So if you do not have hot weather, then you can use normal soil that have good drainage and that have some charcoal pieces and you can say perlite or pumice mixed. But why I am recommending this, because last year when weather get very hot and it goes above near about, it is 48 and it feels like 52. So 52 Celsius is very high temperature. So that's why most of my succulent died, that because of this much heat. So only few of them survived that are in peat moss and also in clay pot. So this is the next point, that if you want to save your succulent in a hot weather, then you must have to use clay pots, and do not use a bigger clay pots like too much big pots. You have to start with this one. These are the 3 inches clay pot. They are the best for the succulents. Clay benefits of clay pots hai, so they are cold, they always remain cold. If you water them, they suck water and become cold. While the plastic pot, for example the black one, they absorb heat and burn all the roots, even though they are not in full sun. So they also provide some, you can say that these pots absorb air. So they have some tiny holes that we are not notice with our eyes, but in microscope you can see those little small holes. So they absorb oxygen from them and provide some oxygen and some coldness to the roots of the succulent. That's why succulents stay healthy and survived in hot weather, also in cold weather as well. So always use clay pots. Another things that I have noticed, that if you are beginner, then purchase some bigger plants instead of the smaller one, because there is a great chance that smaller one will die and bigger one will survive, because they have good rooting system and they won't overwater as much easy as the younger one. How we know that we have an older plant or younger plant? You can, some plants produce stem like this and some plants won't produce stems. So the plant that produce stems, you can understand by seeing them because they have bigger stem. But the one that won't produce stems, you can check the size of rosette from them. So always choose a bigger plant, even though if you feel it is a little bit laggy, it will produce new pups from the stem and look beautiful as the time pass. So hope you like the video. If you have any question, then please comment below. Thanks for watching. Bye.